They were ready to storm the walls. After years of siege, bloodshed, and starvation, the invading army believed this would be the final assault. The city was exhausted, the defenders barely holding on, and victory seemed inevitable. But then something happened that no general had planned for. No weapon could stop. No strategy could counter. In a single day, the war didn't just pause, it collapsed. The year was 1346. The place was the fortified port city of Caffa, on the edge of the Black Sea. Inside the walls, merchants and civilians waited in terror. Outside, a massive army had surrounded the city for months. Food was running low, morale was crumbling, the end felt near. And then soldiers began to fall sick. At first, it looked like exhaustion, then fever, then black swellings on the neck and under the arms. Men collapsed in their tents, screaming in pain. Some died within hours. Others bled internally and suffocated in their own lungs. The army that had come to conquer the city was suddenly being conquered by something invisible. Panic spread faster than the disease. Commanders tried to maintain order, but fear is contagious. Soldiers refused to stand watch. Camps were abandoned. Entire units fled into the countryside. The siege, carefully planned, brutally executed, was unraveling from the inside. But here's where the story turns truly dark. The attackers, desperate and furious, tried something horrific. They began launching the bodies of their dead over the city walls, not as a symbolic gesture but as a weapon. A final act of vengeance. They hoped the sickness that was destroying their own army would infect the people inside the city. Imagine the terror. Corpses flying through the air, crashing into streets and courtyards. The smell of death. The fear that whatever killed these men would soon kill you too. But the plan failed. The disease didn't spread through the city the way the attackers expected. And the army outside the walls was already collapsing. The siege that had lasted months ended not because of military defeat, but because the attackers could no longer stand, fight, or even breathe. The war ended overnight, not because of a brilliant general, not because of a heroic last stand, but because death itself had entered the battlefield. The surviving soldiers retreated. The siege camps were abandoned. Weapons lay rusting in the mud. Victory turned into flight. What's chilling is what happened next. Some of the survivors boarded ships. They carried their belongings. They carried their wounds. And unknowingly, they carried the disease. Within a few years, the same illness that stopped this war would sweep across Europe. Cities fell silent. Villages vanished. Millions died. History would later call it the Black Death. But in that one moment at Caffa, before anyone understood what was happening, something extraordinary occurred. For a brief, terrifying instant, humanity learned that no army is stronger than nature. Empires can plan wars, kings can order invasions, walls can stop soldiers, but nothing stops a plague. And sometimes, the dead don't just mark the end of life, they mark the end of a war.